Hey,
Anna.
Anna.
Hey, good morning. It's happening in so many homes. Your children are attached to their technological devices, laptops, iPads, so on, and they are doing e-learning, but also getting a lot of extra digital time that they didn't before. I have a 7-year-old and a 12-year-old, and we're reaching out live to Dr. Nicole Perkins, who's a clinical psychologist and an ambassador to Custodio, to talk about safety. Because Dr. Nicole, sometimes I feel like I don't even have control of it because I don't understand it. And I ask my 12-year-old, are you really doing homework or are you on YouTube? Like, it's such a balance that I can't keep because I'm also working.
I totally get it. I'm a mom of 4 myself. My kids are 13 to 20, so I understand what you're talking about. And I think this question about
Yeah.
device use is the thing that I am being asked most about over these last several weeks of families being home together and kids being out of school. So it's important for parents to be aware, as you're saying, of what kids are doing. And there's lots of things that we can do to make that easier. But I think it really starts with having a conversation with our kids about what the expectations are, what the schedule is for when they're going to get different things done, and then really looking at how we're going to help enforce that using parental controls and ongoing conversations. Communication with our kids about device use is really the most critical thing.
I think that you're completely right. I've spoken to both of them, and the other day my 7-year-old, wants to watch sports clips on YouTube because YouTube Kids doesn't have it. And all of a sudden we hear out loud this word that he's not supposed to know, and we rush to the tablet. And all we can do, because my husband and I are kind of old, we're like, you can't be listening to that. And he then takes himself off of it. But is there anything I can do, because I can't be monitoring it constantly until I hear the word out loud, to kind of curtail it? Or is it the conversation the only thing? Is there an app for that?
Yeah. It's a great question. And yes, there are several things that make that easier. Most devices now, in fact, all of them that kids are using, come with parental control features on them. And there are also third-party apps like Custodio, which is the one that I use in my home, that allow us to set parameters for that. So we can do not only time limits for device use, but time limits even for specific apps. And it allows us to set content controls for things like language and different kinds of content and things like that. And that does help to ensure that our kids aren't accessing things that could be potentially unsafe or unhealthy for them. Nothing is 100% foolproof with the internet, which is why the ongoing communication and conversation is important. But those apps can absolutely make it easier and safer.
Perfect. Dr. Perkins, we're going to have you during the 9 o'clock hour for more great tips. And thank you. Thank you for saying that they need to be off their iPad right now and making me feel even more guilty than I already feel. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more WGN Morning News.